Hello, I'm Zaccura and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am testing out a new product. I am trying out the much acclaimed Prismacolor colored pencils. They say Prismacolor Premier. I don't know if they have like other levels for their pencils. I don't know. I don't research this stuff. Which I guess I should. But anyway, to the drawing. So, apologies for the kind of lousy lighting for the first part of the video. Majority, actually, of it. I mean, it gets better later on. But because I was just so excited getting a new product, I didn't want to wait until the next day because I usually use daylight to shoot my videos. So I don't have like a fancy light setup for when the sun is down and it was nighttime and I was just like, oh, I gotta try them out. So I decided to just start the video at night. So yeah, it's just lit by my desk lamp. Anyway, so first what I did is I opened up the box, tested out all the colors to make kind of like a palette, if you will, to see all the different colors and how they look next to each other. Then I took out my sketchbook and I sketched out a drawing of just a woman with like hair flying up and their scarf flying up. I went for a bit more of a like semi-realistic style, I guess, a little different than what stuff I normally do. I tend to do that once in a while. I just like shaking things up. And then after that, I used my quill pens. Oh, how I missed my darling quill pens. It's been pretty much almost a whole year since I got to use them because I started using them last year during Inktober, fell in love with them, then realized that while they are 100% waterproof, they are not ink-proof, like alcohol-proof. The India ink, that is. I'm not saying the pen. The pen is not dissolvable. I'm talking about the ink that you dip the pen into, which is India ink. And since I color pretty much exclusively with Copic markers, which are alcohol-based, I was kind of forced to just keep on using micron liners and such to outline my work, and so my quill pens got all dusty. I mean, figuratively, I take care of them. And I wasn't able to use them, but now since I was using colored pencil, I was like, yes, I can use my quill pens. Oh. So yeah, seriously, that's like another thing here. If you've never tried quill pens before, try quill pens, because I have a feeling you're gonna like it. And they're not that expensive at all. You can get like a set for like $6 on Amazon, and a little 2-ounce bottle of ink is also only a few dollars, and that 2-ounce bottle of ink lasts for a while. You know, just saying. I still have like 2/3 of the bottle. And that was after a whole month of Inktober drawings. So yeah, and also it's a great time. I mean, Inktober is literally like right around the corner, so you're gonna get lots of practice if you participate. So yeah, I'm excited for that. But anyway, after I inked out the drawing, I waited for like an hour. I think like I ate dinner. I waited for a while too, because you have to let India ink cure before erasing it or touching it or anything like that, because you don't want to smudge anything. So I let it cure for around an hour. People sometimes recommend that you do it longer, but I find an hour is okay. So I just did that, and then I erased it, and then I started with the Prismacolor pencils. So what can I say about these pencils? They are, in the simplest terms, great. I love them. I really do. I didn't think I would really love them that much. One, because I had the 24 set, so there weren't a whole lot of colors, especially like for the skin tones. There was really only like one color that I thought was going to be suitable for skin. But after putting it on the paper, I started just seeing how much control you have. And so I was able to just put so many different colors in the skins, using the reds and the yellows and the pinks and the purples, and just to make the skin look so colorful. It's more colors than I ever usually use for something as simple as the skin. And it was just so much fun, and you're able to really just layer on the colors slowly and with control, and you can get really light colors and you can get really dark colors, and it's really, really cool because for coloring traditionally, I pretty much only ever use Copic markers. I also tried some watercolors. You know, after you get the hang of them, they're like awesome. But they, you know, you don't necessarily have as much control as with pencil. You know, my roots, as you know, most artists' roots are, is with pencil. And pencil, you know, I think it's gonna keep on surprising me and fascinating me till like the end of time, because pencil is just such a versatile medium. There's just so much you can do with just one pencil. You can get softness, you can get roughness, and it's just so awesome. And I love pencil so much, and these colored pencils have so much of that control and that versatility that pencil has, but they're colored, which is like, yeah, color is bae. You know, I love color. I mean, don't we all love color, right? So yeah, and it's definitely like a lot lighter than like Copic markers, so I can take them on the go, which I'm totally excited for that. So now I can actually have my sketchbook have color in them rather than just always being black and white. So that's pretty rad. Does anyone say rad anymore? Am I like the only one that says rad anymore? Anyway, yeah, so I had a lot of fun with playing with the colors. I put so many colors in everything, and I tried to kind of use each like color group. Like I used the oranges and the pinks and the reds and the blues and the greens and such in the whole illustration as kind of a way to see how do they interact with each other and how they look together on the page. So, would I recommend this product? Yes, I would. They are, I mean, as far as art supplies go, they are really not that expensive, but they are more expensive than, you know, like Crayola, which is what I pretty much used for colored pencils before, and that's why I kind of never used colored pencils, because I just didn't like Crayola. They were so hard and hard to use, really. Like they don't blend, they're not soft enough to go on the paper properly. But these ones are soft, and they really are great. The only thing is, because they're so soft, you have to like sharpen the pencils constantly. And that means like I'm probably wasting a lot of the pencil just from sharpening it, but yeah, I mean, it's worth it. Another thing is, I didn't experience any breakage for this first illustration. However, me and my clumsy hands, I dropped the pencils like so many times on the table. Thankfully never on the floor, but oh, I could just feel a future sad face when I eventually get to that part of the pencil. It's probably broken inside and stuff. Ugh. But yeah. And it was interesting that I was able to layer on a lot of colors despite how thin the paper is. This is just regular old sketchbook paper. It's not like multimedia paper or Bristol paper or anything like that. It's just a sketchbook, you know, and I was still able to really layer on the colors, and that was really great. And I was also able to use like complementary colors, which you don't know what complementary colors are. They're actually not colors that complement each other. They're ones that complement each other. I read this in like an art book or whatever. They're basically just colors that are opposite on the color wheel, and because they're opposite on the color wheel, they fight for space on the paper. And thus, if you use them next to each other, you can make drawings that really pop, because the shadows and the lights will really be different. But it's so easy to overdo accidentally. I've tried and failed so many times when I did that with Copic markers. But because of the control that you have with pencil, I was able to use, you know, purple as the shading for the skin, and it doesn't become muddy and gross looking, which is really easy to do accidentally when you're using colors that contrast each other so much. So yeah. One thing I didn't try blending the pencil. I mean, I tried like rubbing it with my finger or with a piece of paper towel, and I did find that they do blend a little bit when you do that, but they definitely don't blend a lot. And I heard that there are some products that you can use to actually blend colored pencil, but I didn't really have any of them on hand at the time that I made this illustration, so I'll definitely try that in future drawings, and I'll let you guys know how that turns out. But so far, I liked how it looked even without having to blend them together that much, because I could use so many colors, it kind of blended together anyway without having to actually smudge them all together. Yeah, I'll definitely try that in the future. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed this illustration. Sorry about my desk being like really messy and disorganized and with eraser shavings everywhere and the bad lighting at the beginning of the video, but hey, you know, it's the life of an everyday artist. If you guys have any video suggestions or any comments, I'd love to hear them. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. You can also follow me on social media. Links are in the description box for daily updates. And until next time, stay awesome, stay inspired, always. See ya!